Hey guys, Phil Denton here with Denton Business Solutions, where we take the stress out of IT. Now, October is National Manufacturing Month and also National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So, two of my favorite things all rolled up into one month. Now, that said, I know that I've been posting a lot about cybersecurity on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and other social media channels. So, for that, I'm not going to apologize because cybersecurity is extremely important, and as an IT guy myself, I'm extremely knowledgeable and passionate about the topic. However, I'm also knowledgeable and passionate about manufacturing. So, what I want to share with you today for all my manufacturing and industrial IoT friends out there is this. This is the Advantech WISE-4220 wireless sensor node. Now, very quickly, I realize that Advantech is a Taiwanese company, okay? I'm still completely committed to American manufacturing, American small business, and American industry in general, especially in southern Ohio around Cincinnati, Dayton, and northern Kentucky. That said, there aren't too many companies that have the breadth and depth of industrial automation product expertise like Advantech when it comes especially to IoT type applications. So I really like their products. They're at a really attractive price point as well. So they are very small business friendly, I would say, especially to small factories. Now, why am I talking about this guy? Well, first off, this is one of several products in a family of products. Okay, so this guy, I don't know if you can read the little label there, but this box has built-in temperature and humidity probes in it. So this monitors temperature and humidity. We have an antenna here so we can put it on Wi-Fi, so easy to connect it up to your network and start connecting data and pulling data off. Down here we have DC power inputs, and on the back, this is what's really fascinating I think about this module, is a battery case. So on other models, not on this one, but on other models in the same WISE family, instead of using the DC power connection, you can actually put in 3.6 volt lithium batteries here, which could last up to 5 years depending on the application. Now, that's not going to be 5 years for everyone, but it's a possibility. So my point is, between all the different connectivity options, you could swap Wi-Fi for 3G, swap DC power for battery DC power, right? And all of a sudden, you have a completely untethered wireless sensor node. So this only has temperature and humidity built in, but you can actually attach several analog or digital inputs to the other guys in this family. So you could actually have a completely wireless, unwired sensor package out there anywhere that has a 3G connection. You just pop batteries in the back and you're off and running. So I think that's really fascinating, especially because the price point really does make sense for small businesses and small operations that need that kind of wireless connectivity. Now, the question is, what do you do with this data after you've started pulling it off of the sensor node, the WISE node? Well, what's really cool is the WISE nodes actually have a very well proven integration with Microsoft Cloud Solutions, Microsoft Azure, which is the name of their portfolio of cloud solutions. So with Azure, you can actually store all of your sensor data securely. It's secure in the Microsoft Cloud. Store all your sensor data, actually do real-time reporting, real-time dashboarding, custom dashboards, and you can even use Microsoft Power BI, which is their flagship business analytics tool, to run predictive modeling and predictive analytics against that data. So depending on your application, if predictive is something you want to look at, this is a tool that you can do that very easily. So the reason I'm really fired up about this is because Azure is, everything is as a service, right? So it's infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, everything's as a service. What that really means is you get to pay as you go and you get to pay as you grow, and you can jump out whenever you want, jump in, jump out whenever you want. So if you want to go try out a WISE module in your factory or your facility, start plugging it up to things and monitoring environmental variables or whatever makes sense for your operation, you can do that. And you can plug it into Azure for very, very cheaply just to get an idea of whether it's going to be useful for you or not. And if it's not, you turn everything off and the bill stops and you're done. And you just have the sunk cost of a few Advantech modules, which you can probably repurpose elsewhere anyway. So really, really powerful solutions, really, really exciting. Now, like I said, this guy's obviously not connected to anything. He's sitting on my desk, but I do plan to start connecting it up to Power BI very soon. And I'm not going to find out anything earth-shattering here with temperature and humidity of my office, but still it's going to be a good proof of concept, I think, for the power of the solution. So the reason I wanted to post the video is to let you know that this kind of capability exists, first off, and you can actually start pulling data out of your facility, securely transmitting it to a cloud somewhere, and start doing basic historical reporting and even predictive modeling on that data without a huge investment, without a lot of technical expertise required, really. It's very, very simple to do. But secondly, I was kind of curious if any of my connections out there have done this before, especially with Advantech WISE modules or with Microsoft Azure Power BI specifically, because I'm going to be diving into this headfirst here very shortly. I was curious if anyone out there has worked on the same field or done a similar project. So just hopeful, just looking to collaborate with anybody else who's working in the same area. That's all I have today. I hope this information was useful for you. I hope you found it interesting. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Contact me. If you find the video is useful, please do like it. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, Facebook, please do like it. If you're watching on YouTube, please do subscribe to the channel. I generally post only about manufacturing and cybersecurity. So if those are topics that are interesting to you, please do subscribe, and I will be posting more content shortly. So until next time, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay secure, stay productive.